I want you to pause for a moment and take a deep breath. Feel the air filling your lungs, giving you life, reminding you that you are here, you are present, and most importantly, you are enough. Just as you are. So many of us go through life carrying the heavy weight of self-doubt, constantly questioning if we are good enough, smart enough, lovable enough. But let me tell you something, this belief that you need to prove your worth is simply not true. You were born enough. You are enough now, and you will always be enough. The only thing standing between you and the realization of this truth is the story you keep telling yourself. Your mind is a powerful tool, and it listens to every word you say. If you constantly criticize yourself, if you tell yourself that you're not worthy, your mind will believe it. But if you choose to speak words of love, if you affirm your worth every single day, your mind will begin to shift. You will start to see yourself through a different lens, one of love, kindness, and self-acceptance. Self-love is not something you have to earn. It is your birthright. When you were a child, you didn't question whether you deserved love, you simply received it. You allowed yourself to be loved without resistance. But as you grew, you learned to doubt yourself. You absorbed the negative messages of the world, and somewhere along the way, you forgot your own magnificence. Today, I want you to note. I want you to start saying to yourself, I am enough. Say it with confidence. Say it with belief. And if you don't believe it yet, say it anyway. Let the words sink into your subconscious mind. Let them become the new foundation upon which you build your life. Because the truth is, the more you affirm your worth, the more your reality will reflect it. You see, the law of attraction responds to your energy. When you constantly tell yourself that you are not good enough, you attract situations and people that reinforce that belief. But when you stand in your power, when you claim your worthiness, the universe mirrors that back to you. Opportunities open up, relationships flourish, and you start attracting experiences that align with your newfound self-love. It's time to let go of the belief that you need to be perfect to be worthy. Perfection is an illusion. You are not here to be perfect, you are here to be real, to be authentic, to be yourself. And who you are is already beautiful. There is nothing missing from you. You don't need to be thinner, richer, more successful, or more accomplished to be worthy. You are already whole. Healing begins when you stop looking outside yourself for validation and start affirming your own value. No one else can give you the love you refuse to give yourself. It has to come from within. And when you start thinking about yourself fully, flaws and all, you will feel a peace you have never known before. If you have been waiting for permission to love yourself, here it is. You don't have to wait for someone else to tell you that you're worthy. You get to decide that right now. And the moment you do, your entire life will begin to change. Start small. Every morning, look in the mirror and say, I am enough. I love myself just as I am. At first, it may feel uncomfortable. Years of negative conditioning may try to resist this new belief. But keep going. Keep affirming. Keep choosing love over fear. Because with each repetition, you are rewriting the story of your life. And if doubt creeps in, remind yourself that you are a work in progress, and that's okay. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to be perfect. All you have to do is be kind to yourself, to speak to yourself with the same love and compassion you would offer a dear friend. Your worth is not determined by your past mistakes, by the opinions of others, or by society's impossible standards. You are worthy simply because you exist. You are a divine being, a unique expression of life itself. There is no one else like you, and that is your power. It is so important to treat yourself with kindness at every moment. The way you speak to yourself, the way you think about yourself, it all matters. Your inner dialogue has the power to either build you up or tear you down. And for too long, many of us have been conditioned to be our own worst critics. But imagine if, instead, you became your own biggest supporter. Imagine if, rather than finding faults, you started noticing all the ways in which you are already doing your best. Imagine if, rather than doubting yourself, you started trusting in your ability to grow, to learn, and to thrive. Growth is a process, not a destination. It's not about reaching a place where you never struggle with self-doubt again. It's about developing the ability to recognize when those doubts arise and choosing not to let them control you. It's about building the strength to move forward, even when your mind tries to convince you otherwise. And it all starts with the small, daily decision to treat yourself with love. When you catch yourself being harsh, pause. When you find yourself thinking that you aren't good enough, stop and question that thought. Where did it come from? Who told you that you had to meet a certain standard to be worthy? More often than not, those ideas were placed in your mind by others, but you have the power to reject them. You get to choose what you believe about yourself. You get to decide how you see yourself. And you can make the decision, right now, to see yourself through a lens of compassion rather than criticism. Every day presents an opportunity to start fresh. The way you spoke to yourself yesterday does not have to be the way you speak to yourself today. The beliefs you held about yourself in the past do not have to dictate your future. You are free to change at any time. You are free to step into a new version of yourself, one who is kinder, more understanding, and more accepting of their own journey. There is no rulebook that says you have to struggle to prove your worth. You don't have to earn the right to be kind to yourself. It is something you deserve, right now, exactly as you are. If you allow yourself to be supported, even by your own words, you will begin to see just how much easier life becomes. The heaviness you have been carrying will start to lift. The tension in your mind will start to ease. And as you give yourself permission to let go of self-judgment, you will begin to feel lighter, freer, and more at peace. The way you treat yourself sets the tone for how life responds to you. When you show yourself love, life has a way of reflecting that love back to you in unexpected ways. Opportunities open up. People who appreciate and value you start coming into your life. You begin to see just how much is possible when you stop standing in your own way. This is your moment to choose yourself. This is your moment to be on your own side. Not just today, but every day moving forward. You are worthy of love, of joy, of ease. And it all begins with a decision to honor yourself exactly as you are. There is something truly liberating about deciding to show up for yourself. You don't have to wait for anyone else to validate you. You don't need permission to believe in your own worth. This is your life, and you are in control of how you treat yourself. If you have spent years seeking approval, feeling like you need someone else to tell you that you are valuable, it's time to shift that mindset. The truth is, the only validation that truly matters is the one you give yourself. So, let today be the day you start honoring yourself. Let today be the day you stop seeking approval from the outside world and start finding it within. Let today be the day you finally accept that you are enough. Because you are. You always have been. And you always will be. Now, my dear, take another deep breath and let this truth settle into your heart. You are enough. You are worthy. You are loved. And nothing can ever change that. Keep saying it. Keep believing it. And watch as your world transforms.